Yeah, it's been just about 6 months since the last update. We've done a lot, gotten a lot done, getting closer to finishing up the terracing and the landscaping. Learned a few new things, so thought I'd do a quick update. I won't rehash everything, but I do have some new things I learned. Like, for instance, this plant here is called Chinese malunggay, and it's actually the version of malunggay that's native to the Philippines. The malunggay that most people use is not native to this country. Um, Lots and lots of different types of bougainvillea around the yard, and we'll see more of those as we walk through. Lisa's really had quite the collection going, and some of them are really pretty unique. This tree, the cerisa tree, is the fruit's just about ready to get ripe. Figure another week or two, and we'll have thousands of little Captain Crunch flavored red berries under this tree. Over here, that variety of banana that's coming up was given to me recently, and it's more ornamental. I mean, they are edible, but they're not especially tasty. Um, they don't get real tall, and most bananas, when the plant opens up, the heart comes out and it bends over and it opens up, and that's where the bananas come out. Well, this variety, I'm told, the heart stays standing straight up. You don't harvest it, and the bananas come out and stay upright. And since nobody knows the actual name, I dubbed it Banana Viagra, and that stuck. And my friends that like plants just like the name, so until somebody tells us otherwise, it's the Viagra banana. Now, this is a recent addition from a friend we'll be planting. It's a variegated shampoo ginger, and so when the flower comes out, when it's much more mature than this, of course, you squeeze the flower, and the liquid that comes out is a really nice natural shampoo. Excuse the front porch. This is definitely a work in progress. It'll be one of the last things we finally clean up and get sorted out. Another nice variety of bougainvillea. The terraces are coming along. The New Guinea creeper's doing well. I think that might actually, we might have a blooming event with that soon, I hope. We placed a bunch of the bougainvillea varieties here outside the bedroom window, which is also where my desk sits. So when I look out over the valley and these flowers, a lot of the birds and the butterflies like to hang out, and since it's a reflective window, they don't see me. So all these birds and butterflies hang out right next to me, like 3 feet away, while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. See, all the trees are going. The mangosteens much bigger. This right over here, this is a very interesting new addition. It's called finger lime, also known as caviar lime. And so when you open the skin of the fruit, inside it has hundreds of little lime balls like the size of caviar. And so when you take those, and you can spread the little balls on something as a garnish, or you can put it, say, in a cream for a dessert. And so when you're eating and you bite into one of the little lime balls, you get a burst of citrus. I'm looking forward to playing around with that in different recipes. You can see here the Lanzoni trees are really getting more mature. We might actually get fruit for the first time this year. If we do, it won't be much, but that sure would be nice, because those are the first trees we planted. All the way down at the bottom there, you can see the trellis. We've gone over that before, except now we have 3 different varieties of passion fruit and a English cucumber vine that we were given. So this area has really matured a lot and is looking really nice actually now, especially now that we get some grass coming in. This will be the only access up to the backyard once the perimeter fence is finished. Of course, more varieties. Those colors I kind of like the most so far. There's some interesting varieties. Let's see, eventually we'll finish these terraces up and through here and fill them in after we finish that perimeter fence. And you can see that angle on the fence will continue all the way up to the back of the property. This small terrace here is where we'll be planting the pomegranate. And then up on this terrace up here, we were given a yellow star apple, and I'm told the yellow star apple is even sweeter and more fragrant than the local star apple, so that'll be interesting. You can see coconut trees are really maturing. They're almost to the point now where we'll start having some fruit growing on the coconut trees. So here the Chani durian is really coming along. That's got probably a couple more years until we get fruit. And here I've got lemongrass planted all over the place. We use it a lot cooking. This here is a patch of torch ginger I have coming in. It's doing pretty good finally. I tried to plant that 3 times and it failed, so 4th time's the charm. And if you Google torch ginger, the flowers on it are pretty neat. Eventually, this kubo or rest house will get demolished, and this whole area here will be flat. The Anonis trees are doing well as always. My Bolite tree, spirit tree of the Philippines, we're kind of treating that like a giant bonsai, if you will. It's coming along pretty good. So we have this upper terrace now. You see all the limestone we dug out, leveling it out. That is, the terrace is 17.5 meters across the back and almost 11 meters from back to front. And we'll end up putting a larger rest house up here. I'll be using clay columns and doing some other designs. It's going to be, or it should be, pretty nice. There you can see, oh look, if you look closely, you can see Mount Matutum right there. On clear days, it's actually pretty neat. And when you get the right optical effects, where the haze and the humidity in the air magnify it, you can almost see trees, it seems like, even at that distance. Can I get a look down at the terraces from here? So this one on the side here will be a large flat area. We're going to backfill this. Probably begin backfilling today. So from here all the way down to that wall, it'll be level with that wall. So this is going to be a large space. And then just finishing this one up today, that smaller terrace down there is going to make the whole area there flat as well. And you can see there'll be a small gate right there just to, get materials in and out, or get rid of branches or whatnot. All these giant banana trees, the Saugeen Tin Dock. Got 4 or 5 of them. It should be opening up soon, so might have some more giant bananas in the very near future. As you can see, we got papaya planted all over the property here and there. So we try and keep it where we have a regular, almost daily harvest of papaya around the property somewhere. It's nice having that, and the limestone here makes it so when the papaya is, when it's mature, it's very sweet, sweeter than what you buy at market. So actually limestone, I guess, does that for most fruits. Alright, now we're going to walk down here. By the time we make the next video, this slope will be gone. We're going to dig it, and it'll be, well, this whole area down here will be flat, and the only access will be up that back area we walked through a minute ago. Okay, this is a local grapefruit variety called Chinese Pomelo, and it is one of the sweetest versions of grapefruit in the area. It's just slightly taller than I am now. A couple varieties of bananas coming in. Here's my favorite, the Saugeen Bungalan. The ones that don't turn yellow, they stay green. Here's this one's just about ready to harvest, a couple more days. You see here where that leaf is starting to brown. Well, when all of the leaves on top brown and droop down, that is the indicator that the fruit is fully ripened and ready to harvest. So, good visual indicator. This variety here is a new variety given to me. It's called the Blue Java banana, also known as the ice cream banana. And the exterior, when it's ripe, has a blue hue. So instead of a yellow banana, it's kind of a bluish banana. And it's really soft and smooth, and that's why they call it the ice cream banana. They're semi-sweet. And this variety, the Saugeen Mundo, which that is just about ready to harvest as well, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that one and make more room for the Blue Java. My breadfruit tree, locally known as Kulo, is coming along pretty good. And more coconuts. I think we have 5 coconuts of different varieties right now. And the Kamansi. So Kamansi is a good fruit that's actually used more like a vegetable in different soups and things of that nature. One of the local dishes is called linaga, which is one of my favorites. So we're not going to plant grass here. We just kind of keep things mowed down, and the local grass kind of grows in, and that's good enough. It's low maintenance. Just hit this area with a weed whacker about once a month. Lee's is very fond of these palm trees. Some of them are getting pretty big. This is called a foxtail palm, one of the more popular, inexpensive varieties. And we've got 4 varieties of dragon fruit growing. We're still looking for one more. We want the orange dragon fruit, and we think we might have a source for it. The small fig tree here is producing fruit very regularly, and this one, right, nope, actually, nope, it is ready to harvest, just came right off. So this fig, they're good figs. They're not the sweetest in the world, but I like them. And we'll see young trees, the fruit isn't normally as good as on the mature trees, so that may actually improve over time. But either way, I like them, and it's nice to have fresh figs around. Now, we recently went on an excursion with some friends who are into permaculture and horticulture and other things, and met this guy who's the durian expert on the island, and and maybe for the country, really cool guy, and he introduced us to a variety of fruit called Sempodoc, which is now my favorite fruit in the Philippines, and ranked, I give it like number 1 or 2 out of my favorite fruits, ranked right up there with nectarines. It's nothing like a nectarine, but I like it just as much. And so we have some Sempodoc going here, and then this other 7-foot sapling, that's a variety of durian called Musang King. If you Google Musang King, it's the rarest and most expensive variety of durian in the world. So we should have some of that. A lot of other plants here, but I could go on about these plants forever. Now, these are really wanted on the upper terrace in front of the new rest house we're going to do. She wanted date palms, so she managed to find these, and we'll be planting those once the structure is up there, because I don't want them to get damaged during construction. Here's that yellow star apple plant. It's doing really good. It likes it here. Rubber plant, and I'll be planting that around the clay column on the rest house at the top of the hill. This is Ilang Ilang. The flower of the Ilang Ilang has been used for hundreds of years. The essence of the flower is extracted and used to make perfumes in Europe, of all things. The flowers right now are coming in for another time. They stay green like that. They're not really bright, but the fragrance will carry for about 70 feet in all directions. And right now there are hundreds of the flowers coming in. So when this thing is blooming, everything around the yard and in the house will have a very strong, beautiful, fragrant smell that'll just carry right through. So that's it for now. Just a quick tour and update. Things are coming along. Terracing's almost done. Perimeter fence is almost done. And we've found all of the trees we're gonna have space for. So now it's gonna come down to landscaping and maintenance. And now before I go, get a picture. Here come the guys up the hill. This is how every single grain of sand, and they are carrying sand right now, has to be hand carried up the hill. So shout out to these guys, because Jesus, I mean, 30 years ago I could have done that, but these guys do it every day, and we really appreciate them.